Sorry, just tuning into a little XCOM while I wait. Oh, man. So much to talk about and so much to look forward to, or not look forward to, if you're one of those pessimistic types. But I'll let some people get in before I roll this out. Dearie me. So let me just put myself in a better posture. Chin up, eyes forward, and all that usual shit. I don't normally do a live stream, but New Year only comes once every year. So I thought, why not? Let's see how many people are interested in spending the next 25 minutes with me. Something like that. But I hope you're all well at any rate. Man, just thinking about how this last year has gone. There are some highlights, and then of course there are some lowlights as well. And in Keir the Traitor Starmer's case, there's more lowlights than your local nightclub. But I digress. My voice is finally returning, at long last. It's not fully there yet, but the lurgy is all but gone now, so thankfully I'll actually be able to speak like a normal fucking human being, instead of trying to do my impersonation of the fucking traditional bricklayer or whatever the fuck it was. Ah, dearie me. Excuse me. So obviously, I've put out a number of videos regarding Starmer, the recent tomfuckery that's been going on with that muppet. But you know what? I never talk about enough about this. Put your fucking dentures back in. You know what I don't talk about enough? The fucking king. The king is a king-sized pain in the ass, by coincidence. A man who, instead of showcasing why Christianity should be at the heart of our country, he's too busy preaching the multicultural bollocks and then running away at the first sign of trouble. Do you know what was funny, though? How he tried to do his little message and what have you, and tried to do his little tour around the UK, and basically ended up ignored. You know, like that one act that they put on despite the fact nobody's bloody interested, and they basically just got the absolute silent treatment. And you know what? Good. Because King Charles II, ow, that was the headphones hitting my foot, he is basically completely not fit for purpose. He is a traitor to this country, just like Keir the Traitor Starmer is a traitor to this country. And hello, Gonovic, hope you're well. I don't know Stray Kids, but hey ho, it is what it is. But we do need a replacement of monarchy. We need a king or queen that actually serves their country, hence the term for queen and country, or for king and country, or for fuck's sake, I lost the jack. But sorry. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, we need more people calling out the royal family, or the royal fuck-ups, or whatever you want to call them, just like we call out Keir the Traitor Starmer, the lamestream media, the celebrities who've got more money than fucking sense, and all the people that are just sitting there parading the wokey-cokey mob and saying, we need more multiculturalism, when, as of late, this is something I only found out, I think, maybe the last 24 hours, but apparently there was an Afghani who went around and started hitting people. I believe it was in a Merseyside hospital, or I might be getting two stories mixed in with one another. But there was an Afghani national who decided, because he wasn't allowed an appointment, or he was refused an appointment, he decided he was going to get his crow and bar everyone in the face. Not exactly my idea of fun. No strokes just yet. Hope you're doing well anyway. And obviously, whilst you're in here, Happy New Year to all of you in advance. Don't worry, I'm not dying just yet. I'd like to think I've got like another 15 years in my fucking life. But yeah, Afghani decided, well, if you're not going to give me an appointment, I'm just going to take this here crowbar and start smacking a few you in the face. Left 5 people injured. People ended up bloodied faces and everything. And the mainstream media, what were they doing? They were saying that he allegedly used the weapon to beat these people up. Allegedly. Motherfucker, if he's been caught in the act doing it, there is no allegedly about it. He fucking did it. That's like Ricky Cutthroats Jones when he went out of his way during one of those lefty wokey cokey rallies. Excuse me. He went to one of those for fuck's sake! Stroke number 1. One of those left-wing wokey cokey rallies, and said, basically, we need to cut all the throats of the right wing and the fascists and all that. Oh, damn it. Looks like this illness is going to cause me a few more strokes before the year is out. I think it's like 384 now in total. Anyway, why isn't it, by the way, because I've mentioned this quite a few times, why is it Ricky Cutthroats Jones has still not seen his trial in court? And why is it the media were oh so obsessed with the idea of he allegedly said it? Like, there is no allegedly about it. Like, they're both intertwined in that sense of there is no allegedly. They both did it. They're caught in the act. One's on camera, i.e. Ricky Cutthroats Jones, and there's even, obviously, audio recording of him saying, cut all their throats. So I do wish the wokey-cokey mob and the mainstream media would actually just tell us the fucking truth, rather than try to sugarcoat it and pussyfoot around. I'm so tired of hearing the same bullshit narratives from the oligarchy. But what I think is worse is the fact that now Europe is now starting to sign on to this idea of let's get some bans on the VPNs going. Because nowadays, people, they effectively don't want to go through the Online Safety Act. I sure as shit don't want to go through the Online Safety Act. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people, I've said this point before, I'll say it here again. There will be a lot of people who say, you know what? If you've got nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. But that's not always true. Just because you're not doing anything illicit or anything below the belt, shall we say, except Starmer when he's knocking one out in his bedroom. Anyway, when there's a situation with this Online Safety Act where they're saying you have nothing to hide, nothing to fear, and all that shit, maybe there's stuff that I would rather not have other people fucking knowing about. Likewise, what about all the other people who might be doing stuff in their spare time that also don't want other people finding out about their business, whatever they decide to do? Why is it we have to, how do I put it? Why should we be forced to digest this crap? Of course, there are people like Cyberwaffle who will quite rightly put this fucking dentures again, will put this kind of information out there for all of you to see, basically point out, you know what, this is what our oligarchy are doing, this is what Europe's doing, trying to control the VPN narrative and basically stop us from being able to do what we want to do. Now, I don't understand for the life of me if Keir the traitor Starmer had went out of his way to say, we're doing this to protect the children. Why couldn't they protect the children from all the invaders that are coming over here and deciding, oh, I fancy that 12-year-old girl over there. And they decide, oh, let's kidnap her and have our way with her. Why is it Keir the traitor Starmer is not interested in looking into the gangs of predominantly Islamic men from Pakistan who are systematically plying girls and women with alcohol? And why are they doing this? Why is Starmer not protecting us from them? But he's more interested in protecting people from adult-themed content on the internet. It's just stupid, it really is. Really fucking stupid how anybody can come to that conclusion that the Online Safety Act, oh, it's there to protect the children. Oh, wait, we aren't protecting the children, really. We're really here just to be Big Brother and to tell you, you will not ever go against the government. You will not ever speak negative about Keir Starmer and his regime because he is all-knowing, all-powerful, and all that usual bollocks that the left wing like to pout, basically. In the end, I'm hoping that this new year is going to have all of these things that have been building up, whether it's the rape gangs, whether it's the VPN bullshit, whether it's the Online Safety Act, whether it's the two-tier policing, the two-tier justice, the winter fuel payments, just to name a few things. Eventually, it's all going to build up, and he is effectively bottling up a riot in a bottle. And once that cork comes off, all hell's going to break loose. Just like that. Because he has no idea how angry the people are. He has no idea what we are physically capable of. He has no idea that we are more than capable of taking out the trash, metaphorically speaking. I've always said this, and I will say it here again. I wouldn't ever advocate for a civil war, a violent revolution, or what have you. I've never condoned that on this channel. I never have and never will. I'll never condone violence. However, I've always said this, and I will say I will completely understand why people would feel the need to go down this route, quite frankly. What it comes down to is we have a very, very high tolerance for bullshit, I guess. Maybe it shouldn't be that high. Maybe we've got it way too high over conditioning, or over the years our fighting spirit's worn down or something. I don't know. I'm not sitting here claiming I've got a fucking crystal ball here and I can see into the future. Well, actually, no, I can. I can see in 10 minutes it's the new year. Anyway, I'm not sitting here claiming that I know the future, aside from the fact it's New Year in 10 minutes. But what I will say is that it's very easy for people to put their predictions down, put their bets down, as to how they think Britain, or England, or whatever you want to call it, is going to be shaped in 2026. The way I see it, I think here the traitor Starmer is in for a very, very rude awakening within the next 6 months. I don't think he's going to last another year. He's got maybe 6 months if he's lucky. Personally, I'm hoping he'll be gone much sooner than that. Though, of course, unlike the lefties, as much as I hate Keir the traitor Starmer and everything he stands for, I would never wish harm upon him, because that is a matter of having something called a moral compass, and actually having some fucking principles. Whereas the left, if you give them half a chance, like Ricky Cutthroats Jones, they will say they need to violently end us. And they will do everything they can to suppress freedom of speech, freedom of expression, destroy the Magna Carta, and take away our civil liberties at the first God-given opportunity. That's what makes them so reprehensible more than anything. It's the fact that they literally don't give a shit about the consequences of their own actions. They're importing the third world. They're bringing invaders from third world shitholes who are completely incompatible with our society, who have had no checks done to them whatsoever. And right now we have Islam as a religion that are focusing on outbreeding us like rabbits. And I will accept, I'm certainly not doing my bit to help out as far as the UK population is concerned. Like, I'm not sitting here claiming I've got 4 fucking women in the back room ready to knock it out with me so I can produce children and what have you. Like, I'm never going to claim that shit. Like, I'd be so goddamn lucky. But jokes aside, the problem is we are not having enough children. Meanwhile, all the others, they're basically doing everything they can to outbreed us. Islam has categorically said the greatest weapon they have is the woman's womb. Their words, not mine. And Happy New Year, Tyson, as well. I hope you're doing well. That's the way to look at it. In the new year, I think we do need more people to get together, find love, find chemistry, whatever it is, or in my case, find the last 2 brain cells that have decided to fuck off just before the new year comes along. And basically, we need to start producing more children. We need to produce more people so that we can combat this, what is effectively a breeding war at this point. It's something I never thought I'd ever be saying in my entire fucking life. But that's the cold, bitter truth. Right now, we're not just on the verge of a civil war, but we are currently fighting a breeding war, and right now it's a war we're losing. People need God. Yeah? We need more Christianity in the country, put simply. We need more of what made this country. The people who poured their blood, sweat, and tears into this country. The people who would literally give their lives for this country, just like our forefathers and founding fathers did, who fought in 2 world wars and died for this country. And if it weren't for them, we'd all be speaking German. Who, as I've said before, and I am not afraid to say it, if they saw what this country has become right now, they would be doing the fucking gymnastics in their graves. They would be rolling around at the speed of light in their pine boxes. They'd be shocked. They'd be disgusted. They'd be like, why the fuck did we fight this war? To allow absolute soy boys and soy girls just destroy what we've given them? Still work in progress, this. But obviously we need more people to sign on to that. We need more people who are actually willing to actually go out, have children, have a life, and actually put Christianity first. Because I can tell you right now, free of charge, Keir the traitor Starmer won't, the oligarchy won't, the mainstream media won't. They are all counting on us to basically shut up for the sake of diversity, while our invaders continue their aggressive attacks, their terrorism, and everything else on this country. They won't stop until our species, at best, is made in a minority, or at worst, is made extinct. That is the goal of Islam. They are not here to integrate. They're here to conquer. They're here to subjugate. They're here to impose Sharia law onto us, just like they did in Iran, in Egypt, in Syria, and they would do it anywhere else as well. Hell, they've already fucking done it in Birmingham. Take a look at what they did with that place. Literally turned it into something that is more reminiscent with the Middle East than the center of... Sorry, I just got distracted there. Offline stream. No, sorry. Sorry, it's just I have someone who contacts me about my Twitch stuff. Anyway, the fact is, we have people that are coming over who have made it their mission to conquer the world. Simple as that. They don't give a shit who they crush under their heel. The way they look at it, anyone who stands in the way of Alan's snack bar is suitable for having their head sliced off. Because that's what their Quran teaches them. That's all they want to do. But at the end of the day, we can do something about this. We can make sure that we make a change to this country. Excuse me 1 second. All right. Got the flu, yeah. I've still got basically the tail end of the lurgy. And please no spam. Thank you very much. Anyway, I have still got the tail end of the lurgy, but it is going away. It's not as bad as it was where I was like, oh, I'm turning into fucking traditional bricklayer now. So, I am at least doing better in that regard. But it looks like in a couple of minutes we'll be going into 2026. But yeah, bottom line is, we need a massive change in this country. We need this current government removed from power, ideally for a general election. And if all else fails, we have to try something else. But I don't want it to come to that. But one thing I do find interesting is how, as I said in my last video, Nigel Al-Faraji actually made the point that, well, apparently there's some guy who's basically spoken to the Conservatives and have said, do you want to go ahead with the local elections or do you want to postpone them for another year? Effectively trying to subvert democracy again. The only type of oligarchy that would do that, the only type of government that would do that is effectively a banana republic, a dictatorship. One that does not want to be removed. Excuse me. Yes, I'm excused. Shut it. Anyway, that's the only type of people that would actually continue to do this. And it seems to me that Keir the traitor Starmer is doing everything in his power to make sure he's not forced out. Delaying the elections, importing the third world and importing the Muslim vote, making sure that the elderly can't live on through the next 2 or 3 years so that then those who actually have the sense to vote someone else, they're not going to be there. And do everything he can to lock up concerned parents and patriots for expressing concern about the way their country is going. Well, don't you worry, Starmer. In 2026, which it now is, we will see to it that you are brought to justice. We will see to it that you are dragged in front of a court, the traitor law is brought back in, and you and Tony the War Criminal Blair can both hang for your crimes against the people. We will see to that. Anybody with any common sense that gets into power, that becomes Prime Minister, their first priority was bring back the traitor law and then have those two dickheads in the dock and then subsequently on the gallows. I'm looking forward to 2026, folks. I think it's the year for change. I think it's the year for revolution. I think it's the year we take our country back. So, I know it's not exactly a long stream, and as I said, I don't normally do live streams. I'm more of a video kind of person. But I wish you all a happy new year. Here's to hoping that 2026 is going to be a lot better than what it has been in 2025, and that it is going to be our year to strike back against the establishment. Because I'm going to say this point blank, categorically, like I said before, and I will say it again. Fuck the police, fuck the government, and fuck the king. You are not my government, you are not my police force, and Charles II, you are certainly not my king.